Hi, this video is going to be a demonstration of the Neewer FT-16s wireless flash trigger system. And the reason I wanted to make this video is, well, to write it out would take too long to demonstrate all its capabilities, but mostly I'm really excited about this trigger system. So what you get when you order it comes in this plastic packaging. You have instructions and you have your transmitter here and your receiver on the right. Now what makes this system unique is for its price, it gives you the ability to control the power output of remote flashes from your camera position. At the time of this recording, the transmitter and receiver set is $30, right around $30. Shipping is $5. As of right now, it's not eligible for Amazon Prime. But even still, for $35 combined, this is an absolute bargain. Now, there are other flash triggers in this price category, but they are just regular old triggers. They will not give you the ability to control the power output from the camera position. And the other systems on the market that do have that capability, two that come to mind are the Pocket Wizard Flex system as well as the Radio Popper triggers. In either case, those other two brands are going to be substantially more expensive. I've had the Pocket Wizard Flex system in the past, and to get just one transmitter and one receiver is going to cost you at least $350. So this system represents an absolute bargain. Now there are some caveats to using this particular system from Neewer. This will only work with compatible flashes from Neewer. You cannot use this system on Nikon flashes, Canon flashes, or any other brand. And I will bring out a flash to demonstrate that in a bit, but the transmitter itself is completely universal. There are no TTL compatibility features here, so it'll be full-on manual flash control. So when you look at the foot of the transmitter, you can see there's only one central pin. There are no other electronic contacts for TTL metering. You have just a plastic locking wheel here. It doesn't release a pin, it just kind of pinches down on the hot shoe on your camera. And on the transmitter, so we have the power switch on the side. Here's the battery compartment. This takes two AA batteries. I already have a couple of them in here. On the top, you have a control dial for selecting the group. You have groups from A through F or from 0 through 9. You also have dip switches to control the channel, which of course you'll have to match on the receiver. And then you have buttons to control the other functions. So on the receiver end, you have a wheel here to select the group, and again, you have the dip switches for the channels. On the back, you have 4 contact pins which will communicate to the compatible flash. Now, these 4 pins are not rigid, they're spring-loaded pins, so I don't think you're going to have to worry about these pins breaking off, when you have it stored in your bag or whatever. This, though, is very light. This doesn't take any batteries itself. This receiver will draw power from the flash. Now, I mentioned earlier that this will only work with compatible flashes. This particular set is this trigger is the FT-16s. It will work with the Neewer TT850 Flash. The other one you can see on the manual here is the FT-16 without the S. That's going to be a different style of receiver for a different flash. They make another one that's more of it's a bare bulb style of flash, whereas the FT-16s is for the TT850 Flash, which is your traditional speedlight style. So here I have a TT850 Flash. I already popped over the cover that will reveal the contact for your receiver. So the way this attaches, there's metal tabs here, and then there's an indentation on the receiver. So all you gotta do is push it in and you're done. The tabs are fairly strong. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about the receiver getting knocked off once once you have your flash up on a stand remotely. So let's demonstrate some of the capabilities here. I'll turn on the transmitter, turn on the flash, and so right now let's just make sure I'm on the same group. So the channel is the same. On the transmitter, I'm on group A here. Okay, so I'm on group A. Now, this is where the cool part happens. Again, most of the triggers in this price range are just going to fire the flash, and that's it. On here, you can control the output of the flash. So you can see, as I change the power output on the transmitter, it'll be reflected here on the display of the flash itself as well. So let's go up. We're at 128 right now, and you can see that as I go up in power, it's matched on the display of the flash as well. You can test it if you want. And where you really have power here is when you use the system with multiple flashes. So here I happen to have another TT850 flash with another receiver. This one is on group B. So let's go to group B, and you can see that I can change the power output from the transmitter. It will not affect group A because I'm not in group A. I can go back to group A and change the power of that flash. So you can control anywhere from full power down to 128. You can also turn these flashes off from the transmitter. Couple other features, you can also choose to activate or deactivate the buzzer there, and probably not quite as useful, but you have the capability. You can also turn the focus assist lamp on and off for any of the flashes for that group. So you can have multiple flashes in the same group. You can have each flash on its own individual group, and that's really where the power of the system comes into play. Being able to control the ratio of power output from one flash to another from the camera position, so you don't have to walk over, change the power, and then walk back to your camera. There's a couple of other things here to mention. This set button, now if you hold this down, it'll change the display mode from your traditional speed light settings of fractions of full power, from 1 to 1 for full power down to 128. If you hold this down, it'll change it to a range of 5 to 10, and you can change it in 1/10 increments. That's something that you would typically see in a studio flash. In my testing though, it doesn't work with these flashes. It only works, the control of the power output only works when you have the traditional speed lights, this style of power output displayed. Although on the transmitter, you'll see it go from, say, 5.0 to 5.1, 5.2, etc. It doesn't actually change the output of the flash. So as of right now, it's a totally useless feature. I don't know, perhaps maybe they'll have another compatible flash that you can use that with. But as of right now, based on my testing, I tried it with both flashes, and you'll have to stick with the traditional speedlight style of readings for the power here. So again, just to recap, this system, it's non-TTL. You'll have to control the power output of the flashes completely manually, but you can independently control the power output of multiple flashes based on the groups that you have selected. You have a combination of 16 channels to choose from, and this is a completely universal system. So again, you'll have just the one central pin here. So this will work with any camera that uses a traditional size flash shoe. So some of the older Sony cameras that have the Minolta style of shoe, this won't work with, but anything with a traditional one, you can use this with any system. The reason that I'm so excited about this is having that ability to control the flash output from the camera position for this price. Again, the Pocket Wizard Flex system is around $350 starting for a receiver and transmitter. This is about $35. The flash is $100, and they're powerful. I mean, the build quality that I've seen so far is great. I think it represents an amazing bargain. So give it a try. I think you're really going to like it. Thanks.